Kyotaro Ichikawa is the definition of a wolf in sheep's clothing and a ticking time bomb. A petite figure? Check. Cute looks? Check. The mindset of a bloodthirsty, crazy serial killer? Check. What's crazy is that he could get away with any murder. After all, no one would suspect a middle school kid wrapped up in the shell of a shy personality. Along with his delusional side of being a murderer, he comes up with crazy assumptions in his head and is easily triggered that a mere exchange of gaze could put you on his blacklist. Every hunter has a most valuable kill. For Kyotaro, his most valuable kill will be the prettiest girl in school, Yamada Anna, a model blessed with height compared to Kyotaro, yet he just wishes to see her in despair and agony. One day, he unexpectedly bumps into Anna in the library and spies on her through the bookshelf. While he considers carrying out his plan to offer head, instead, he finds himself completely stunned by her. That's right, Anna has the little demon's cheeks stained red. She exits the library while in possession of the box cutter that he lent her. Can't tell why he's troubled by this the next day. He finds it on his desk. However, it doesn't stop there. He displays stalker activity by eavesdropping on Anna's conversations with her friends, and after finding out one of them replaced Anna's flyer with hers, he gets incredibly pissed on her behalf. When it's time to present his group's flyer, he notices that Anna has been upset and figures the flyer probably meant a lot more to her. To prevent the class from noticing her tears, he ruins his team's flyer to divert their attention. Seems he might have acted a bit rashly because it turns out that Anna wasn't crying, but admiring flying helicopters. After lectures, Kyotaro retires to the library where he sees Anna having snack time, but goes behind the bookshelf, his usual spot. This time around, they are accompanied by Hanazi, a boy from their class who invites Hara to the library so he can confess his feelings. It seems Hanazi liked them fleshy. Kyotaro's presence is unknown to them. However, Anna puts up an act to join him behind the shelf while the lovebirds talk. Seems fate has lots in store for the two as they keep running into each other even while Anna is disguised in a bookstore. Anna results in scaring customers away when she tries to convince them to buy a particular magazine. When Anna exits disappointed, he buys one of the magazines to help her with whatever was going on, and boy does he get a good look at Anna, who is featured as a model in the magazine. Yet, while he does all this, he wonders what the hell were these feelings he felt towards the girl he once yearned to suffer in pain. Still confused at it all, plus the fact that Anna was born into a different world from him, the magazine meets the waste bin. Well, it's only temporary though, because the next morning, we see the same magazine under his pillow, and also see him follow Anna from behind. Apparently she was being disturbed by another guy who would do anything to get her number, even if it meant forcing it out of her. All this stirs something in Kyotaro's head, along with scenes where he asks himself if he was truly unstable. Well, the answer is unknown, because what he does next is to ram his bike down the slope and over the edge, an act one of Anna's close friends called him out on, but instead, Anna found it hilarious. It is revealed that behind Kyotaro's urge to kill Anna is the case of invasion of privacy. Kyotaro had created many crazy scenarios in his head, that he stakes a claim on the library as his holy ground. Yet, somehow Anna had managed to infiltrate his turf, and as if that was not enough, she always gives him her waste to dispose of after eating. It's giving garbage boy at this point. Another school week for Kyotaro means another week to watch Anna while being completely stunned by her actions. Because of her, he is deprived of some alone time in his space, yet wonders why Anna spent time alone eating in the library rather than being with her friends. One day, in class, Kyotaro overhears perverted talks from the guys behind him who plan to have a glimpse at Anna's bra. Kyotaro felt the need to intervene, alright. He sets a distraction that stops Adachi's plan before he gets closer to Anna. They meet again in their now shared private space at the library, but this time, around their encounter has him peeking at her swimsuit through her uniform and also feeling her warm skin while she hides under the table from Chihiro. However, Chihiro catches up to her trick after seeing her usual snack on the table. Kyotaro probably learned the act of sharing since Anna evaded his space. It's no wonder he offers Chihiro some of the snacks on the table, but she declines them because she's allergic to snacks. Chihiro's allergy was one major reason Anna always hid to eat her snacks, and she briefly speaks about how good Anna has been good to her, despite being a pretty face. Chihiro knew just the trick to lure Anna out of her hole was to compliment her, and merely seconds, Anna shows herself while poor Kyotaro had to run to the convenience after being aroused by her touch. Weeks later, Kyotaro's class gets ready for the cultural festival, where his class theme is a haunted house, and Anna seeks his help with the graveyard banner, which is an evil feat for someone like Kyotaro, who draws scary stuff. Well, while Kyotaro gets on with it, he sees a magnificent view in front of him, and is drop dead lost till Anna's ghost character for the event startles him back to reality. Soon, there's a bit of a misunderstanding between them after someone wrote Anna's surname on the graveyard banner. Kyotaro, who is willing to cover Hara's error, accepts the accusation. I'm convinced he took the blame because of the huge melons. Such power. However, the real culprit comes out and the issue is settled with Anna apologizing to him. Later, they point out each other's houses on a map in a class that featured the 80s theme, where they have their first picture together. During sports, Kyotaro, who is feverish, visits the nurse's office when he suddenly gets a glimpse of Anna's shoes. Uncertain that she'd be the one, Kyotaro is about to divert his attention when the curtains spin to reveal Anna on the bed. At first, he thinks it's a good opportunity to kill her. Well, that is until he started slipping from the glow of her skin that he was nearly caught staring. Anna had been previously sent there for a stomachache, which might be the cause of taking too many sweets. However, she gives Kyotaro a drug to relieve his headache before leaving, but he seemed more interested in having a touch of Anna's sweatshirt that she forgot. It's a fierce battle for dominance between a teenage boy's mind and his twitching body parts. Literally. However, the mission is aborted when the nurse arrives and permits him to return Anna's shirt himself. Later in class, Kyotaro tries to finish his storybook, but is often distracted by the conversation coming from behind his seat. Young virgin boys with big dreams about having girls in class reveal their desires. However, Kyotaro is disgusted by this act, not like he's a saint either. Adachi gives him a note to pass to Anna, but swaps it with a drawing of the female lead in his story, who share physical features with Anna. Thanks to a lewd personality test the boys tried on the girls in the class, well, there's something called peer pressure, and Kyotaro suddenly needed to do the same test on Anna. In their private spot, his plan is in full swing, and the way Anna touches his hand, the personality test proves her to be a dominant partner. In other words, she likes it. From the top. This revelation, however, does have its effect on Kyotaro, sending him to the top of the Eiffel Tower. Later, at basketball practice, while Kyotaro's mates play, he soaks in a corner for not being able to achieve his goal of killing Anna as planned. Talk about a love crisis. Just then, he catches a glimpse of Anna staring at him slightly fluttering till a stray ball brings her back to reality. Kyotaro finds himself making another terrible decision by stalking Anna at the nurse's office. Just then, she receives a call from her mother, which leads her to tears, apparently disappointed that her bleeding nose would spoil a photo shoot scheduled for the next day. Good riddance to Kyotaro forming the bad guy when he also tears up for Anna. Just when her belongings drop to the floor, he sees that she framed the drawing she received earlier. That is, when it comes to his realization that Mr. Bad Guy had turned into Mr. Lover Guy. With Kyotaro's latest discovery about his feelings, he considers it a mental illness and a measure to ruin lives. Therefore, he promises not to give in to it. It's okay, Kyotaro. We know it's all talk and you don't actually mean that. Later after lunch, he helps Anna sneak into the science lab so they could get a jar for her sweet treat. We now know Kyotaro is completely finished now that he's helping with her rendezvous. Unfortunately, they were caught by the science teacher and the scene looked pretty intense. For the rest of the day, he sees Kanaoya trying to approach an oblivious Anna to apologize for hitting her with a ball, but has been having a difficult time producing the words. Later, at the library, Kyotaro senses Kanaoya trying to apologize again and avoids Anna to make it possible. Turns out, there's another student watching the scene from outside and warns Kyotaro to be quiet. When Kanaoya finally gets the opportunity to apologize, it is revealed that Anna has truly been oblivious and accepts the apology by offering her candy. After school, Kyotaro deliberates on the issue of Anna's nose, which had become such a hot topic in school because of her modeling career. Coincidentally, Anna arrives from a convenience store and asks Kyotaro for a ride on his bike. I'm telling you, every single gesture Anna makes gets Kyotaro's cheek flushed, including how she sits on the bike. After dropping off at her destination, they share a sweet together before she runs off. The next day at school, the professor warns the class about snack wraps that were found in the library garbage, even while aware that bringing snacks to school was prohibited, and has his eyes on the culprit, Anna. It's finally the weekend, and just when Kyotaro thinks he can cool off, he is dragged outside by his sister. And to top everything, Anna and her friends arrive at the same restaurant. Dying from embarrassment at how his sister treats him, he leaves the table. Why do big sisters gotta bruise our ego like that though? Kyotaro goes to queue for a new snack when Anna joins him briefly, but retreats back up to pick up her wallet. Of course, Kyotaro's sumptuous mind has him thinking, perhaps Anna didn't come to order, but to meet him. The day Anna is to face their professor arrives, and Kyotaro, of course, arrives before her to scout the place. Anna's unknown why he was at the teacher's office, however, asks him to escort her to see their professor. The man accuses Anna of being the culprit, however, thanks to Kyotaro's genius advocation, he somehow manages to let Anna go without implications. However, before they leave, the man expresses his shock to see Kyotaro so expressive and urges him to keep it up. Anna thanks Kyotaro for his help with the situation and also asks him to choose one candy. His choice gets Anna flustered and also calls him a kid. Before the episode ends, she asks Kyotaro to become her friend, which is a huge win in my books. But where does this new bond lead for them? Find out in the next recap.